Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. A lot of news today to get into. The latest on Thomas Partey. Norgaard could be his replacement, looking very likely now. You're going to be hearing about the latest on Kepa. We've gotten a here we go for him. And also Benjamin Sesko, as he just confirmed a move to Arsenal. Let's go through all that and let's start with Christian Norgaard. Now, according to, we're going to go through what David Austin and Fabrizio have both had to say. Arsenal close to agreement with Brentford for Christian Norgaard. Deal not done, but heading in that direction after 11 million euro offer. Brentford midfielder wants Arsenal plus main target as experienced and PL-ready option amid Jorginho and Partey exits. Now, this came out of nowhere today. I don't think Arsenal had ever been linked to Norgaard, although John Cross of the Mirror, like a month ago, fair play to him, he did say that we could have a surprise midfielder from Brentford. He was referring to Norgaard as a replacement for Thomas Partey. That was sometime last month, so that was a good find. I did not expect us to. I've never had Arsenal being linked to Norgaard. He's a good player. He's played against us several times in the Premier League, but I didn't think like we were going to go for him or be linked to him. But that is the player who looks like he is going to replace Thomas Partey. Now, Norgaard at the moment is getting paid 40,000 per week at Brentford. That is quite low. Obviously, for teams like that, it's the usual, that is the standard for obviously that non-top 6, non-top 7 teams, 40,000, 50,000 there. Now at Arsenal, even if we double his wages, it wouldn't hurt Arsenal at all. Even if he tripled it at 120,000, I don't think we're going to go that far. Even if we gave him 50,000 per week, I think that is what it's going to be around that area. I think he's going to be very happy with that. He's already said yes to Arsenal, according to reports. He's already chosen Arsenal. He's already said yes, he wants to make the transfer, whether it's going to be a backup player or starter. He wants to make the move to Arsenal, so that is fine enough. On the side note, though, for Brentford, they're losing a lot of players. Mbeumo could be leaving. Their manager's left. This player is leaving as well. Damsgaard could be leaving. The striker could be leaving. They could be losing a lot of players, but that is not my problem. I'm here to focus on Arsenal. So, Norgaard, how much is it going to cost us? 10 million, 11 million pounds plus around 50,000 in wages. That is quite significantly lower than Partey. So I think money also has to be, I think money is a big factor in this situation. Partey wanting around 250,000 per week from his original around 20,000 per week. And Norgaard is going to be earning literally almost 150,000 less than that. And in terms of the transfer fees, that is cheaper. And even if you give him a 2-year contract as a backup, I think also look at it like it makes sense more than giving Partey the 250,000 per week because of his age. So I think money is definitely a huge factor. As they've also said, Premier League experience is a huge factor. If you go through what David Austin's had to say on the article, Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal to sign Brentford midfielder Christian Norgaard. The North London club had made a bid worth 9.3 million pounds, which is 11 million euros for the 31-year-old. And while an agreement has not yet been reached, there is confidence it will be struck. Arsenal have not reached an agreement with Thomas Partey, whose contract is up on June 30th. As it stands, the Ghanaian will leave the club as a free agent next week. Partey would be the second central midfielder to depart. Yep, they go on to say that obviously Jorginho has also left the club. We know that. Norgaard, who has 2 years remaining on his contract with Brentford, has been a key player for the West London club since arriving from Fiorentina in 2019. Yep, he helped them to promotion from the Championship, reuniting with head coach Thomas Frank, who coached him at Brøndby and in the Danish youth setup. Earlier this month, Frank moved across to Tottenham. Again, I'm focused on Arsenal, not Tottenham. Operating in the heart of midfield, Norgaard has made 192 appearances for Brentford in all competitions, scoring 13 goals. He helped them to promotion to the Premier League at the end of the second season at the club and has grown in influence over the last 4 years in the top flight. So Norgaard is a different player from what you already have in that midfield, totally different player. For him is a force in midfield, a tough tackler in midfield, physical, specimen in midfield. It's not like a Jorginho who's, cool in terms of the passing and the long passes to Saka and to Martinelli. No, Norgaard is not going to do that for you the way Jorginho is going to do it. Him is going to play as a defensive midfielder for you. He's going to cover that position for you. He's going to, make those tough tackles, give away those good fouls in the midfield and all that. But he also scores goals. He scored 6 goals and had 4 assists last season. That is a good return for a defensive midfielder. And he's used to the Premier League. So we're not worried about him settling into the Premier League. the only thing we are going to be worried about is he going to be a sufficient replacement for Thomas Partey and Jorginho, and how quickly is Zubimendi fitting? Because if Zubimendi doesn't fit in right away, we're either going to go back to Rice or Rice in that sixth position, or use Norgaard in that position in a few games. So he will definitely feature. So hopefully it does work out, because losing both Partey and Jorginho, who've been here for a couple of years, not the ideal situation. But I see why Arsenal have gone for him. Hopefully it does work. He's not going to be a starter, but it's a backup player. Let's see. And hopefully the fact that we are saving the money, we've just spent 5 million on a goalkeeper in Kepa and 10, 11 million on a midfielder replacement for Partey or Jorginho, whoever he's going to replace. If you look at it as Partey replacing Jorginho being replaced by Norgaard and Zubimendi replacing Partey, some could say that is fine. If you're looking at it as Norgaard replacing Partey, you could be like, nah, that is a downgrade. If you look at Zubimendi replacing Jorginho, that could be an upgrade. But I look at it like two of them, which one is a better two midfield to have? Is it Norgaard and Zubimendi, or is it Partey and Jorginho? So let me know in the comments. Fabrizio Romano has had this to say. Arsenal and Christian Norgaard have reached an agreement on personal terms as player wants the move. Brentford informed of players' decision as club talks continue to get deal done over 10 million euros after opening a bid. So the all euros and pounds thing is confusing, but it's 11 million pounds, around 9 million pounds, around 11 million euros. It's even confusing me. It's just two numbers. Yeah, 11 million euros, 9 million pounds. So in total, it's going to be like 12 million, 13 million pounds that you're going to end up paying for it, maybe even less than that. So they are definitely saving a lot of money in terms of that. So the fact that we bought Kepa for less and him for less, I'm hoping that money we're going to spend it for players like Gyökeres and players like Rodrigo, because we definitely need forward players. 100% we need forward players. I'm hoping that we are saving the money to use it for those players, and we are not going to end up with Vlahovic for 20 million and another midfielder for 10 million or something. No, we need to improve. I do have a problem with adding players like Kepa and Norgaard, by the way, because my other problem in this team was quantity. I don't think we had enough players. The thing about playing Declan Rice in every single game, playing Saka every single game, playing Saliba every single game. Premier League, you can do that maybe for 32 games or something out of the 38. But the moment you start seeing, and some of those are because they didn't have enough players. Playing Rice against Bolton at home, we started him in that game because we didn't have anyone else at that point. I think we had to rest Partey and we didn't have any other option. So if you have someone like a Norgaard and we are playing Brentford in the FA Cup, you can start him in that game. You don't have to start Declan Rice. If you have cup competitions, you don't have to start try every single game. You can go with Kepa, who has also played that position for a lot of top teams, and he's not like a terrible player, anything like that. He has that experience, and he has been a goalkeeper for Madrid and Chelsea and all these guys before. They've all played in the Premier League before, and Brentford always have great players. You got Fryer from there. Damsgaard is good. Vesa is good. Bayamo is good. We saw Tony moving to Saudi Arabia, also a very good player, and Norgaard is a good tough tackle in that midfield. Let's hope he comes in and fits in that position right away, and he helps us to what we're trying to achieve. But that is going to come at the expense of someone. So Thomas Partey will leave Arsenal as confirmed by hand of Arsenal. So yeah, that one is done. Thomas Partey will not be an Arsenal player next season. Where will he go? I am not sure. I don't know if he's going to end up in Saudi Arabia or is Barcelona going to go for him. Now the thing is, if Partey wants like 250,000 per week, yeah, that one, the likes of Barcelona are not going to give him that kind of money. The only teams I'm thinking is Saudi Arabia. That's the only place he can go. Even AC Milan are not going to give him 250,000 per week. So unless he ends up being stranded and then he has to reduce his wages, at that point you'll be looking at Partey and his agent and saying, hey, if you are going to end up still going to get 120,000 elsewhere, you may just as well sign as a new contract at Arsenal with that 200,000 per week if he ends up getting less than that elsewhere. So the only place is Saudi Arabia. Other places, I think, is going to be looking for 150,000 or something. So let's see where he's going to end up. But he is not going to be an Arsenal player next season. Same with Jorginho. They've been replaced by Zubimendi, and Norgaard is going to be the second replacement. So all the best to Thomas Partey. We'll see how that one concludes in the next few days to see where he's going to end up. And when he goes, all the best to him. So at the beginning of the transfer window, I wanted Partey to sign a new 1-year contract because, again, squad depth. I think he was good last season. He remained injury-free last season. He's experienced. He's been one of our longest-serving players alongside Gabriel. So all that is very important. But obviously, going on in terms of age, and the money is a lot. The only way I'm going to fully be behind this is if those wages we go and use it for someone like a Rodrigo. Then I'll be like, okay, you let Partey go, but you use those wages to get Rodrigo. But if you end up not getting any of those strikers, it wouldn't make sense. Is it going to be Gyökeres or is it going to be Sesko? Has Sesko just confirmed his move to Arsenal? Well, according to Fabrizio and Instagram, new social media hint by Benjamin Sesko, the striker has just started following Arsenal on Instagram. What is Sesko? I don't know, man. Is these people playing games or something? Is it true? You know, sometimes I look at this place, I'm like, is Sesko doing this, you know, to try and force a move from Leipzig? Is Sesko doing this to show the Arsenal fans that, hey, I'm actually coming to Arsenal? Is Sesko doing this because he wants to show Arsenal that, hey, I'm really interested in joining you guys, get the deal done? Is Sesko's agent asking him to follow Arsenal to put pressure on Leipzig? Is Sesko's agent asking him to do that to put pressure on Arsenal to buy the player as soon as possible? You know, all these are possibilities. You know, will Gyökeres also all of a sudden start following Arsenal players as well? Like all of this, a lot of games going on. Hopefully, though, we do end up with the best deal, and hopefully, because we've saved a lot of money in the other positions, we do end up getting players like this. But Sesko has just started following Arsenal on Instagram. Very interesting. He only follows 244 people on Instagram. So is Sesko going to be a striker or is he going to be Gyökeres? We still have to wait and see what happens. We've been told Gyökeres wants to join Arsenal. He definitely wants to join Arsenal. He's pushing Sporting to let him go to Arsenal, but it remains to see whether Arsenal are going to pay Sporting that money for him. But Gyökeres wants to join Arsenal. It looks like Sesko also wants to join Arsenal. People will say get both. Why not? I don't think it's a possibility, though. If it was possible, I'd be so happy if you can get both, but not looking likely. So that's the latest on the striker situation as well. And then Kepa, we've gotten a here we go for Kepa today. Kepa will be an Arsenal player, the backup goalkeeper. So Zubimendi done, Kepa done. Those are two signings. We were told on the live show, make sure to check that one out. We were told that Bata wants to make 5 signings. So if you get Sesko, okay, let's start with Zubimendi and Kepa. That's 2. We still need a striker. We still need a left winger. That's 4. And Norgaard, if he signs, it's 5 already. So we've not talked about a backup for Saka yet. We've not talked about an extra attacking midfielder. We've not talked about a defender. So in total, if you get Zubimendi, Norgaard, Kepa, Rodrigo, Gyökeres, Sesko, and then you get, am I forgetting? Let me go position by position. If you get a goalkeeper, Kepa, you get a defender, we've been linked to Hato. You get Zubimendi, that's already done. You get Norgaard, looks like it's going to be done, that's 4. You get a left winger in Rodrigo Salmon, that's 5. You get Sesko or Gyökeres, that's 6. And then we also have to talk about a backup for either Odegaard or Saka, unless we don't get any other attacking player. I think I needed 3 attacking players this time. That would be 7 signings, not really 5, because after you've let go of players like Partey, we'll need more. I need squad depth next season, not just quality. Quality, very important. That is what we need first. But also quantity. We don't have enough players. You know, we cannot have situations where players are playing every single game next season again. We cannot do that. So does Calafiori have a backup? Okay. Does Gabriel have a backup? Is Lewis Kelly the backup? Is he going to be playing the midfield role? Are we going to need another left back? Timber Benoit, are they going to be fit? Who's the backup for Saliba? Is Kivio staying? Are we going to need another backup again? You know, who's the backup for Rice? Is it Merino? Okay. Who's backup for Zubimendi? Is it Norgaard? Okay. Who's the backup for Saka though? Is it Nwaneri? Okay, fine. But who's the backup for Odegaard? All those questions have to be asked before preseason, because we can't go into next season not being ready at all. We just simply have to be ready. So that is the latest in terms of Partey, Norgaard, and also Sesko. Are we going to complete 3 deals this week? Zubimendi has it's done. Norgaard looks like it's going to be done. Kepa, here we go. Are we also going to get here we go for someone like a Sesko or someone? I think by the time we get to preseason, we're going to have at least 4 signings. Are we going to go up to 7 signings? Who's going to end up signing a new contract? Surprisingly, will Martinelli stay? We've had Martinelli wants to stay. Will Kivio stay? Will Zinchenko change his mind and end up staying at Arsenal? Will no one be able to pay his wages? All that is still up in the air. And then contract situations as well. Let's see how it goes. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out the live show. We talked about Norgaard, Partey, Kepa, Gyökeres, Sesko, Rodrigo, all of those guys. And if there's more updates, we'll definitely talk about it again. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next